Ready for some One Piece, Dan?
Let's do it.
Alrighty then. So we have One Piece episode 1074. I trust Momo. Luffy's final powerful technique. Hype as fuck. Hype as fuck. So, as the flower festival below is coming to an end, Momo continues to struggle in creating flame clouds to sustain Onigashima. And Luffy begins his final attack and states that he trusts Momo to get Onigashima the fuck out of the way. And I don't trust him. I don't trust him as far as I can throw his dragon for him. Little fuck boy. But the episode starts.
Not at all. Damn. He's not throwing a 30-meter long dragon very far.
Exactly. I can't throw him.
I'm just imagining you spinning around like Luffy was with Kaido, doing the freaking Mario Bowser toss.
I got some good grapples. But the episode starts with Momo trying to create flame clouds while Onigashima is kind of like bursting into flames. It starts like falling to the side a little bit too. Kaido's definitely on his last legs. And then we go into flashbacks, Momo's typically saying, I can't do that. And then that spurs like some flashbacks, and it goes back to him having to leave his mom and his sister in the burning Kazuki Castle. And he's telling his mom he can't do anything. And I thought there was some really good parenting by Kinemon here. He told Momo, stop crying. You live in a land of samurai that where honor encourages everything. People get killed for less. He's like, if a woman requests something and sets her resolved, a man has no right to cry. That is mortal shame. And did you think this was like a fair comment in the moment to Momo?
Yeah, I think it was. Momo lost his father in this scenario, and he needs somebody to have that father role like you're talking about. And I did find it funny, though, that while he's saying this, every single retainer is bawling their eyes out.
Yes. They've all been through a lot that day. I think Kinemon meant like, crying about the request from the woman. So he was crying because his lord was dead, and he had to sit there and watch it happen. But he's still crying, so it is what it is.
Samurai don't shed no tears.
No. I thought it was semi-fair by, okay man there. But could you really be mad at this is the one time I'm going to come to Momo's defense. Could you really be mad at an 8-year-old that just lost his father? His house is burning down, and now he's going to have to leave his mom and sister in that burning house with people coming to kill them. Don't think I could tell an 8-year-old to shut up and stop crying.
No, not at all.
But I don't live in an anime. So.
I'm also an ordinary child in this scenario. I'm not Momo. I am not the next Shogun of Wano.
No, yeah, at the same time. So Oden's retainers, including Kinemon, are like begging Momo to go to the past, and this hurt my heart for Kinemon. And they've been through a lot that day, like I said. And he's literally sitting there crying, begging Momo, saying, "Look, I had to go through this disgrace today. I had to watch my lord die. We can either die in this fire right now, or you can let me die as a samurai fighting for my lord in the future." And Momo saying, "I'm just an ordinary child. I can't do anything," which is not true. He's not an ordinary child. He kind of pulls it together, which I thought was really cool. And he walks over to the retainers and says, "Mother, I'm going." And his mother smiles. Everybody's still crying, but she smiles at him and sends them on their way. And we come back to the present, and Momo says, "You know what? I'm not an ordinary child." He finally kind of breaks out of this shell that he's been in. And says, I'm no longer going to say I cannot. So his resolve's coming together finally. He's had some big moments in the raid for sure, but I think he's about to turn a real corner. I think I've said this before, but I really believe it this time, Dan.
It's coming. It's definitely coming. And one scene I really liked from this was when he was saying, like, if I don't do this, how could I look my mother in the face, or something along those lines. And it's true. I mean, like, your mother sacrificed herself to send you into the future to save the world of Wano, or the country of Wano. And if you can't pull through that for her and for Oden, like, how are you going to look at him in the afterlife,
Yeah, go stick your head in the sand, kid. So yeah, I'm glad
Momo's been
he
doing that the whole time.
yeah, he's gonna do that for the rest of his life. He don't get his shit together. But yeah, I really like the first part of this episode. I thought it was really cool. Um, but back to Roof Piece.
Yeah, back to the part of the episode that was really cool.
Holy shit, right? So we go back to the fight on the roof, and Kaido. We come in hot, right? And Kaido is watching Luffy literally grab lightning. And he's like, dude, this is ridiculous that you can actually do that. Like, you can grab lightning now. Just what is this? And the animation of this scene where he's like using Kaido like a fucking pinball in a pinball machine, and it's like throwing down spears of lightning and using it like, bunging off of it and whatnot. I thought this was so beautifully animated, man. It was insane. And I think you were saying, and Tyler was saying a few weeks ago or last week, that the lightning scene wasn't done justice. Are you feeling differently about that now?
Yeah, they fixed it.
Let's go.
Like, I mean, they were like, I talked to you off the podcast, and I was like, dude, like, Luffy didn't look menacing. Like in the manga, Luffy's like the shadows on Luffy and the shit-eating grin and everything else. They added that in really well. I mean, you would have scenes where Luffy, all you could see is bright red eyes. Luffy's just a shadow grabbing onto lightning. I mean, like, this might be the best animated scene in One Piece for me.
Oh,
I
okay.
I think. I mean, just how well it was done. I mean, Kaido being thrown around like a rag doll, like Bass was saying, like a pinball. I mean, Luffy is like putting him into the ground and he's bouncing off, and like the. I mean, how many combos did he have right there? That had to
Right.
be like a 20 combo breaker of just flawless animation.
Yeah, it was honestly an amazing scene. It was very beautifully done. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, "There's no way this didn't do it justice. There's just no fucking way, right?" And it was just amazing. And like, how ridiculous is it that like this man's like grabbing plasma, turning it into rubber, and like I think Luffy actually like slingshotted himself at one point off one of like I don't know what to call them, lightning bolts. Um, and like slings himself at Kaido again for another attack. And Kaido's still trying to fight back. He's holding his own. Like I don't think at any point, for an extended amount of time, Kaido has like been fucked up during this whole fight. But he's getting worn the fuck down. Like he's you can we know he's on his last legs. But Kaido came back strong. Now Luffy's up in the sky, and he like comes down to grab Kaido, but Kaido figures out where he was, and he says, like stop playing, or you can play around all you want. A devil fruit power will never conquer the world. That shit hit, because I think everybody's really hyped up on Gear 5 right now, and Kaido kind of brings it back down to earth. And he's like, it's like Roger, only hockey can trump all else. And then this was also a clean animation right here when Kaido hit with the Destroyer of Death, Thunder Bauga. And like just like the knockback and everything from that I thought that was a very well done scene from the animators as well. I honestly liked it better than the lightning.
I just the
The whole
whole fight
episode was
sequence right here was insane.
yes,
And yeah, I mean, the fact that when he made contact with Luffy, you could just see it in Luffy's like how he looked when he made contact. It was nuts.
yes,
Man looked out of a
yes.
Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, and like Kaido was saying, Roger didn't have one. Odin, he called him. Odin didn't have a devil fruit. Like yeah, it's really all about what your hockey's working with. And it's just the way they showed like the immense power of Destroyer of Death was pretty amazing to me. They did like that huge zoom out of the island and like just like the blast radius. Boy got smacked.
Oh, definitely, dude. One thing I've loved about this episode is there was, I think, a few times where Luffy just was like burnt to a husk and he had to
Hmm.
shake it off. I loved that, dude. I think they did a really good job with those scenes too.
Yes, I've been really enjoying it, and I thought they were kind of mixing in a little bit of the flower festival down below, in the flower capital, and I thought this was honestly some of the best animation I've seen here recently. Like period, like the amount of bloom and like hand drawn scenes that were um of the flower capital or in the flower capital. I mean, combined with the emotion of them, the flower festival coming to an end. really hit home for me. Um, and seeing all the sky boats just like going up in the air, it was really, really beautifully done.
Oh, definitely. And it was nice to not have the same recycled 2 minute scene of the flower capital during the festival. Because like every time they've shown it in like the last like 20 episodes, it's been the exact same scene of people dancing, people hitting the drums, everything else. And it's like, thank God they finally reanimated something here.
So from there, we kind of get into like the samurai's resolve, and boss, I forget the gentleman's the little fellow's name with the big ass peanut looking head. He
It's
kind of asked
Hyogoro? How do you pronounce it?
Huiguro. You are correct, actually, Huiguro. And he asked the samurai. He's like, you know what, guys, are you okay with dying if that means Kaido's defeated? And they all laughed. And it's just like, of course, like that's why I'm fucking here, dude. Like, yeah, let's give it. Let's give it our all. And they kind of start listing off their reasons for that being okay. You know, I have a daughter in so and so town, or my family lives so and so town, and they can all live happily ever after if that happens. So I thought it was cool. I mean, we've seen the Samurai's resolve months ago at this point with them getting on the boats and destroying the boats when they showed up in Onigashima, but them really doubling down here was phenomenal. Added even more gravity to the situation on the roof. It tied it all back together. What was really on the line here?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was great to see. And the fact that we know that based on Jinbei with all the water, the fire's going out, but it's really cool to see, like you said, the Samurai's resolve. I mean, these guys are fucking dogs.
Absolute dogs. Hell yeah. Like, I mean, they're fucking suicide raiders, and they're doing it for their families. Like, these are samurai. This is what Kinemon was talking about. It's all about honor, resolve. Standing on your 2 feet and doing what you got to do no matter what, and not frowning about it. And it tied in that scene when Kinemon was talking to Momo. This is a land of absolute honor, and they showed it right there. They laughed at in the face of death. True dogs, like you said.
Oh,
So
definitely, man.
after that, yeah, we talked about Luffy being burnt and kind of remembering who he's fighting for. We get some beautiful scenes where Boss Yogo is like, telling Luffy, he's like, Straw Hat Man, you truly are different. And it's kind of just like a little short montage of everything that's been going on in Wano. And Luffy pulls Kaido into the air with his arm stretched out, and we get to see the biggest fucking fist I've ever seen in anime coming down out of the sky.
Yeah, I don't think people understand the gravity of how big that fist actually is. I mean, it's bigger than Onigashima. And like, if you think about it, back when they first got there, you saw the Thousand Sunny next to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was tiny. That is a 30-meter tall boat. That is the size of a fucking Titan. A colossal Titan. That is the size of the biggest Titan. That is as tall as the walls in Attack on Titan. And this fist is making that giant ass fortress look like a play set.
Yes.
Like, this attack is massive.
Right. And then you have Yamato. She's like really just dumbfounded. Like the look on her face, she's like can't believe what she's seen. She didn't know Luffy had something like this in his arsenal. And he's like, yeah, she's like, he can turn Onigashima into a hole. And your time's up, Momo. It's time to get this thing moving out of the way. And Luffy kind of just smiles at Momo, and like with such a trusting face that it reminds him of his mother when he originally came to the future. And that's kind of where we leave off. But there's something that I want to bring up with you, Dan. I've been rewatching Water 7, as you know.
Uh-huh.
And just the difference in animation, man. I know this is a long time ago, Water 7 was, but it's just crazy to see. Because I mean, I'm going from watching Water 7 and then say, oh, the new episode's out. And it's like, holy shit! Like this is on a different level. Like I said, with the lanterns, the skyboats, and then like just like even like the steals of Kaido when he was taking over Wano, where it was just stunning to go from mid 2000s to this 2023 beauty of an anime. So shout out to the animators on this.
Yeah, I mean, like after watching the live action, I kind of want to go back and watch the East Blue Saga,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's going to be really interesting to see the difference in animation quality. I mean, I know it's what 20 years or 18 years or something like that.
I think we're at 19.
19, Jesus.
Yeah, we're old, brother. We're old.
But like Wano's just been insane, dude. Like I don't think anybody is keeping up with what they've been doing on this. And people
No,
always talk map of this, map of that, and Mappa makes beautiful shows, but just
for
the
sure.
all-star cast of animators they've put together for this. I'm curious to see if they hang on to the staff for the next arc.
I would love that. I think we'd all be rejoicing. But I think they only bring like certain people on for certain things like big fights or the heightened moments of the anime. I don't think it's worth it to have them around all the time, just depending on what the budget's like. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And
the
where they need those
budget's
people.
non-existent at this point.
It is One Piece. You right. But yeah, I hope they do, but I'm not too hopeful that it's just going to be stunning every episode.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely won't be. But I hope they can keep the big fights up to this gravity of animation. I think that's what all I want.
Oh, they're definitely going to do that. Yeah, I think they got that on lock at this point.
Because even with what's going on in the manga right now, there's some crazy shit coming.
Okay. Yeah. And like I think you also have to do it in spots at least, because even though like your weekly um anime, like you have to keep up with the quality of the seasonal ones.
Yeah, definitely.
So
But
I think
awesome.
we're in a
That
good
all
spot. Yeah.
definitely, man. I'm really excited for I believe the climactic ending next episode. I think we're hitting it.
Unless that fist stays in the air for 2 weeks. I think next week's it.
It's One Piece, man. You never know.
For sure, for sure.
We're gonna have a recap episode next week, and I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
I'll sit beside you.
But awesome, guys. Well, we really hope you enjoyed this weekly rundown